What is up, guys? Teddy Cornwell here. Welcome to the Underdog Talk. Something about the Underdog. According to Generation Iron, this is the most underrated podcast on earth. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have an absolute beast on the Underdog Talk. The guru, the bulletproof man himself. Ladies and gentlemen, the diced coach, diced bodybuilder, the one and only Mr. George Farah. What is up, sir? How you doing today?
What's up, everybody?
Now,
How you doing, brother?
I don't know if people know, and I've got to know if this story is actually true. The reason I called George the bulletproof man is, you were shot in the back twice, right? And you got the nickname Bulletproof.
Yeah, actually, I got shot twice in the back and twice in the front. Yeah, so I was left to die, basically. It was a robbery attempt that happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. They thought I was the bodyguard or a friend of mine. May God bless his soul. He actually died a few years back. But it was all it was bad, man. It was like a dream, honestly. Like to get shot 4 times, being in coma. They forced me in a sedative coma, the whole 9 yards, and 7 cardiac arrest. I was pronounced dead a couple times, but somehow, man, God needs me here for a reason at that time. And fast forward, all that stuff, and I managed to literally about a year or so later to end up winning the New York State and then turning pro at the national. So you know what, man? It's so far everything in my life happened negative. Somehow I turn it around and make it positive. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. And just it's almost like a movie tale. As 1 year later in 1999, you did step on the NPC New York, winning and destroying competition. And obviously, you got a lot of the muscle back. And you even talk about getting that pro card in your first attempt at the 2000 Nationals 2 years after all this. To most people, this is we're not even thinking about bodybuilding. We're thinking about how we'll ever be able to live again. So, George, what was the process of coming back to become a bodybuilder like after you literally went through hell, sir?
honestly, man, it's all the state of the mind. You know what I'm saying? Everything happened. It's you basically need to be like a lot of people tell me, hey man, I want to do a show, or I want to do this, I want to do that, but then I'm breaking up with my girlfriend. So I'm like, listen man, you're not ready. Your mind is not there. What do you mean? But I'm like, you don't understand. What I'm trying to tell these people is, you listen, if your mind is not 100%, man, you're not going to be able to mount to nothing. And honestly, I have this since I was a kid, growing up during the war, being poor, and work myself out to be like, like have dreams, and so far, honestly, man, almost every dreams that I encounter in my life, I made it reality. How? By working towards it. But like I always tell people, thoughts become matters and matters become things. So you have to dream. And I always tell people, listen, there's nothing wrong with dreaming and dreaming big, because it's always better to dream big than not to dream or dream very little. You know what I mean? Because if you dream big and work hard towards it, you're gonna land as close, if not on the target. So you still did something really good. See what I'm saying? So believe it or not, I'm gonna tell you a little story. When I was getting ready for that national show, I took pictures of the people that won it a year before, the top 5 people. And I'll start looking and see like, okay, listen, I have a scar in my abs, but how can I do it? Okay, you know what? If you get really, really shredded, they're not really gonna see it. But I'm turning everybody around, looking. I'm like, okay, man, listen, nobody have that back, so I really want to work on my back. So I took this to work, man. I took it to the gym, and I said, okay, this is how I'm gonna beat everybody. Is when I turn around. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I know from the front we're gonna be all compatible, and it's so funny. 1999, I have helped Bob Shakarola. After 13 years, couldn't turn pro. He did the North American. Remember, Bob in 1987, he won the junior national overall.
Yeah.
Okay, and everybody thought that he's going to be the next big thing, but for 13 years he couldn't really win the show. He went to North American, USA, national. He tried them all. He couldn't until we talked, and I said, Bob, I can make. He's just like, bro, I'm done. I'm hanging my like. I said, why you want to hang your trunk? He goes, bro, I'm done. I said, okay, well, how about if I can guarantee you that you will win? He goes, what do you mean guarantee me? I said, I'm telling you, bro, just give me a little time. So make the story short, we started dieting for the national, and he told me, he told me we have 16 weeks, 17 weeks. I said, okay, I give him his diet. And next thing I'm looking back in the days used to be just, like there was no like, generation item. There was no Instagram, no Facebook. So it's all emails and stuff. So I'm emailing some people. I'm like, oh my God, the show is freaking in like 11 weeks or whatever. So I said, hey, where are you? He said, Burger King. I said, drop wherever you're eating. If you really want to do the national. So that was the first time, working me and them. So we went there, and sure enough, we fell in short, and he took second place. And I promised him he'll be in the top 5. So he took second place. He couldn't believe it. He was like kid on the candy store. I said, so now there's nobody in front of you, and they're super heavy. So we have to go to the USA. And at that time, there was a guy named something from Hawaii. He was very Aloheli or something, but he was like really like the next big thing that he's gonna win. And everybody's like, so I told him, I said, listen, man, I'm taking Bob Shikarolo, and we're going back and forth on emails. Like I said, there was some groups chat, and everybody's betting me, Bob will never win this. I said, I'll bet you guys this and that. Make the story short, I'm going to tell you something. It's really funny. And Bob Shikarolo will vouch for this. So we started. I said, okay, I tried to make him. We didn't have too much time to grow. I said, Bob, now I know how your body's working. Let's do 1, 2, 3. So we got him up to like 250 some, and he came to me, he looked at me, he said, bro, what do you think? Like I should be 270. I said, Bob, listen, man, weight don't mean anything. And this was like literally, we're talking 16 weeks out, right? When we started. I said, just hang in there. So we started dieting, and then about 10 weeks out, he goes, bro, what do you think? I'm only, in the upper 240s. I said, Bob, let me explain something to you. You're going there, and you're gonna win the overall. This is. I'm telling you, this is like you brought back cool stories. I said, Bob, I'm telling you, we work out at Powerhouse Gym, right? I said, if you don't win the overall, I said, I'm gonna stand here outside the gym, and I want everybody to spit on me. He goes, holy crap, you're crazy? I said, no, I'm telling you, that's how sure I am. And remember what we talked about, the power of mind.
Yeah.
How you're supposed to work with your clients. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen, there's so many great coaches out there. The only reason I used to do, what I do, and I'll do them in so many different things, is because I get an entanglement with the people I work with. And always when you have, there's something that's called, entanglement. You got to go read about it. And it's not about like, sleeping with somebody. No, I'm talking about like two mind is always stronger than one. But to tell you the story that me and Bob will always laughed about, so Bob looked at me, he goes, 10 weeks out. I mean, he'll tell you the story. He said, what do you think I'm going to weigh? I said, honestly, Bob, you're going to be around 232, 233. He goes, that light? I said, bro, listen to me. This is going to be nothing. You're going to win the overall at 233. He goes, I said, do you believe in me? You see within a short period of time what we did. I said, right now you're giving me more time? I said, dude, I'm telling you. He goes, oh, no, dude, 100%. And Bob really believed in 100%. Whatever I tell him, he did. Like, I used to close my place to come and work out with him and like make sure he's focused, make sure, because I have bet so many people, right? We're going on betting here and stuff because everybody's doubting. But I'm like, how this guy cannot win? He have a freaking 30-inch, 31-inch waist, and he's wide from the top like this. So make the story short, we went to Vegas, and at that time I wasn't the George Farrah, right? That people know me. I was just helping local guys, and a couple guys who work out together. I made a couple guys win. So taking Bob, they didn't even let me in the weigh-in. That's how nobody knew me at the time. You remember? This is 1999. So anyway, I told him, so you ready? Ready to win? He goes, yeah. Dude, we're walking in the casino. I swear to you, this is just the weirdest thing. And so we had the buddy of ours named Nick. I said, Nick, you have quarters? He goes, yeah, I took quarter. I said, look, Bob, I'm going to put this. If we win anything, if we win our money back, you're going to freaking win. He started laughing. He thought we were joking. Dude, I put the quarter. I hit the jackpot. See how the part of mine worked? I swear to God, I got all 4 bars, and the thing started ringing. He goes, holy shit. I said, that's how sure I am you're going to win. He went to the, like I said, to the room where they, where they measure you and the weigh-in and everything. He got out. He goes, bro. I said, what? He goes, we haven't checked our weight in 10 weeks. I said, yeah. He said, I weigh 233. How the hell did you know that's how I'm going to weigh? I said, and that's how sure I know that you're going to win. Make it all, Next day we got up, went on the stage. Bob got 11 votes from all of it, 11 judges, first place, and ended up winning the overall. And remember, at the time, you have to win the overall, the USA, and that guy, Tavita Alohali, he ended up winning the heavy, but Bob ended up beating him in the overall, and that's how Bob got his pro card. So it's pretty cool, you know what I mean? And that's how, like, a lot of people start telling me, holy shit, because like I said, people were, send, emails and stuff. I was known in town that I prep people, but I wasn't known all over the United States. And that's how, one thing led to another. I started with everybody, and me, like I went the next year, like I said, we were talking about my show and how I want to look from the back. That's how we started. That's why we got to that story. So Bob went with me, and before the national, I have printed business card, right? And it says on them, IFBB Pro George Farrah. And I went and handed them to who? To the judges. So now, judges, they're looking at me like, probably in their mind, like, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean? Like, they're going to find something to screw me probably. And Bobby goes, dude, why the hell did you do this? I said, I don't care, bro. I'm confident. I'm here to get the pro card, He goes, oh my God, you're really? He goes, man, you're nuts, George. He goes, but you know what? From what you showed me, I believe everything, right? So we went, it was like 50 some guys in my class. And I remember when they called, like back in the days, they used to call the top 5, right? In every class. So I didn't know my number, but I'm standing, no matter how tough you are, you get a little nervous. I'm like, holy crap, I never been to national. It's my first national. And there's so many guys on the stage. And then my number, they called my number, and I'm looking and I'm smiling. And Bob Chicarolo goes, he goes, that's you, brother. That's you. And I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. So I went in, But the coolest thing, man, this is like never really happened on a national. I'm telling you, you got to go watch that video. So they pose us, and they move me around, and they put me in the middle, and then they went side triceps, and they turned around, they said back double biceps. As soon as I did the back double biceps, I swear on everything. And they said my number. He goes, hey, 143, whatever. He goes, you can step back. So I went back, and then Bob doing like this, you killed it, you killed it, you killed it. And they were like, it was just so funny, you know what I mean? Because I took that condition to a next level, and that's how the journey started, man. You know what I mean? It's like from nothing to become something. It's really, you have to always use the power of our mind, man. And a lot of people don't use that. Unfortunately, a lot of people have great genetic, great physique, great everything, hard worker. But if you don't use your right mind for the right purpose, you're not going to amount to nothing. And that's why I always, tell people, man, thoughts become matters, matters become things. Listen, I'm going to tell you another story because I want the people to know that stuff. And the reason why I'm telling you all those stories, you probably the first one is going to be hearing this. You know, George Farrah is no longer going to be working with pro bodybuilders. You know, so I'm not going to be helping. I just, some pro bodybuilder I have taken already payments from them and stuff. I'm going to help them at the end of the year. But honestly, I'm kind of done. And that's why people they say, oh, like Blessing fired George Farrah, Jack, Andrew Jack. No, listen, Andrew Jack and Blessing and all these guys, they're family to me, man. We're always gonna be brothers. As a matter of fact, me and Chris Aceto talk, and Chris, he goes, George, there's nobody like you. And you all know Chris not, he doesn't, like bullshit, he say the way it is. Chris Aceto, he goes, George, you're an amazing man. I love you, bro. I said, I love you, Chris. And brothers will always be. I said, but the reason why I don't want to do it, I want you guys to hear it first. Because this last Olympia, I went there and I'm saying, I'm like, oh my God. And my wife, she looked at me, she goes, what's the matter? I said, I'm getting that same feeling, the anxiety and stuff. I said, and you know what's so funny? I think that's what caused my cancer, the stress I was under and stuff. And I'm like, man, I don't want to do this. But no matter what, because like we talked about entanglement and being with somebody you care about and stuff. And honestly, man, at the Olympia, I'm like, that's it. I can't do this. I'm not gonna do this anymore. And the reason why I don't want to do it because I don't want to be a selfish person. I have 2 kids. I have beautiful family, mom and dad, everybody. And you know what? I want to live long, bro. I beat cancer, as you know. I already, from the gunshot wounds, 20 years later, manifested into cancer, and I truly believe it's because of the stress. So that's why George Farrah is going to be stepping back. I might help a few people, men's physique, whatever, because I still have some people. But as far as the big pro bodybuilders, I'm not going to be helping anybody. I told them all, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be part of your team. And they were all sad, but they understand that, I'm a man of my word. And remember, man, last year I have 8 wins, when everybody say, oh, George is done or whatever. I came back to show him that George is not done. George can do it. But right now, when you hit your 50s, man, and you already survived the gunshot wound and then survived cancer, you're like, man, I can't be selfish, So you guys gonna be seeing me around bodybuilding, all over because it's in my blood. It's the sport that we all love.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm gonna just focus on a lot of the people if they need help. If somebody have their blood work is not good, they can contact me. I have no problem helping them that way. But as far as getting too many people like I did for competitions, especially pro competition, IFBB professional, it's gonna be, very, very limited. Like I said, just I have a few people. They have already You know, I promised them and I pay them, and none of them is an open bodybuilding, thank God, because I'm not gonna help Open Bodybuilder Pro anymore. You know, like I said, maybe few guys here and there, but to be at shows, I mean, it's saddening me, but this is gonna be the first Arnold that I'm not gonna be there. I'm actually not going there. You know, I'm gonna be on vacation with my wife, going somewhere. Like I said, man, I want to live my life. You know what I'm saying? But now we started. I'm gonna tell you a story about Kai Greene. Okay,
Nice.
2014, 2014, Kai Greene. Remember, we say about thoughts become matters, matters become things. And nobody know that story except me, Kai. My sister was there and his fiance at the time. And when we're outside, I said, listen, man, I want you really, whatever you want, just say it from your heart. What do you want? This. So I promise you, this is a true story. So we held hand and he prayed. He goes, "Thank you, God, for everything." This, you know, guy's very emotional. This, he said, and then all of a sudden he goes at the end. He goes, "God, please make it rain, God." Right? I said, "Okay, that's what he wants to say." You know, he didn't say, "Make God make me win" or whatever. You know, he said. So we're going to the prejudging, and all of a sudden it start pouring rain in Vegas. You know, so now the poor guy he went and we all know. Honestly, listen, I respect everybody. Phil Heath is an amazing, amazing pro. But at 2014, I think they should have gave it to Kai because Kai have it from every angle. You know, Phil still had the belly. Kai didn't have the belly. You know, I mean, Phil looked amazing. Don't get me wrong. He's Mr. Olympia, you know, but I really thought that we knocked him out. You know, I really thought that, holy crap, Kai was like 280 pounds, shredded to the bone. I mean, detail up on detail.
Yes.
And we, you know, and I guess was a 1 point or something, whatever they said. And Kai looked at me. I said, he goes, George, I'm done, man. He goes, even when I win it, I can't win. You know what I mean? I said, Kai, I honestly, I don't know. But I said, next time, now he's all sad and stuff. I said, but next time, you should have freaking prayed for winning instead of rain because it never rained in Vegas. And now it's raining because of your prayer. So we were laughing, you know, because you always got to take it the light. And that's what I like about Kai, that no matter how many times, man, you know, we knew that he should have been a winner in Spain there. I mean, he still smile and he still like keep his head, you know, up and walk away champ. And we all know that he have more freaking like followers than anybody, especially at the time, because he was such an humble human being and he take care of everybody and he takes his time. And you know, and honestly, man, that stress, I don't want to go through that stress anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. You know, I had Andrew Jack. I mean, Andrew Jack, he's going to be the next big thing. He put it together. And a lot of people, oh, it's a great job. He left George. Listen, man, Andrew will come and tell you. Andrew Jack had a fever. He was sick at the Olympia, and he still looked the way he looked. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear what people saying, you know, oh, yeah, George can, he's not. You know, they forget. George is a bad coach now all of a sudden. George is a bad coach, right? It's funny how people really forget when their diet wasn't doing so good who the guru they used to tell them to go see. You know what I'm saying? So they forget, man. But I don't care. Really, I'm nobody. I'm nobody. And I'm happy. Like I said, my plan right now is I'm doing everything to keep the sport we all love safe.
Yes.
That's all what I want. You know what I mean? I mean, thank God so far I haven't had anybody, you know, ill or dying or have any. So, and you know what? And this is to me is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. So that's one of the reason. Honestly, I'm stepping away because I don't want to be hurt. Because at the same time, I want to help as many people as I can, you know, bodybuilder or not, I want to help them with their health, whatever they can. Because the reason why I finished my doctorate in integrative medicine,
Wow.
because I want to pay it forward. And the reason why I want to pay it forward, because I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing worse than you being in the hospital day and night. Right now I have like PTSD when I get up every morning. I put my hand, oh my God, I'm in my bed. I'm not in the hospital. When I leave my bed, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm very thankful. I'm leaving my bed, my brother or my friend or my wife, and nobody has to hold me and carry me to the bathroom. I'm leaving on my own. I'm getting up on my own. So those are the blessing. Like people don't understand how blessed we are. When you get up and wash your face in the morning, remember there's people on dialysis washing their kidney. So just be thankful. And right now, man, everything I have done for this sport, if people want to say I'm not a good coach, hey, you know what? I expect I accept it too, and I'll say thank you. But the records speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? So many pros. I have so many people. Went to the Olympia. I mean, I used to have 13, 14 people at the Olympia. You know what I'm saying? So it's not by chance. It's by the power of your mind and know what you're doing. And remember, always, always educate yourself. Always educate yourself. I used to think I'm very smart, just 10 years ago. And then when I got into the freaking, like, the medical and studying, and I'm like, oh my God, how goofy I was. So it's like a lot of stuff, man. It's very important to keep on educating yourself. And I'm saying this to every coach out there with all respect to everybody. You know what I mean? Before you give anybody anything, read about it. Do your homework. See what's going on. Before you even give people diet or whatever. You know what I mean? Just remember, man, this stuff, could hurt somebody. And you don't want to go to bed and thinking, man, I could have hurt somebody or I did hurt somebody. So that's not me. I go to bed every night. I'm very thankful. Takes me 2 seconds, I'm out. You know why? Because I never hurt anybody, never want to hurt anybody. So this is very important, you guys. Very important. Like I said, don't get me wrong. This is the sport I grew up in. This is the sport in my blood. I'm never gonna be hypocrite like some people. Oh, you don't take steroids. No, I would have never been George Farrah, the one who I am today, if I didn't take, the synthetic hormone. But I always did it, with supervision of the doctor. I
Mhm.
always did my blood work. I mean, it's mind-boggling. The reason why this has really put me on the edge. This has just happened 4 weeks ago. One guy, I told him, listen, man, I need you to get your blood work done. He goes, hey, man, he replied to me. He goes, this is, I swear on everything, I'm telling you. He said, hey, there's any way I can just get like my liver or whatever instead of everything you're asking because it's going to cost $200. I'm like, bro, yesterday you told me you're buying 2 extra kits of GH for thousands of dollars and this, and now you don't want to spend $200 on your health. So this is why, listen, man, this is why I'm stepping away a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to be part of people, hurting themselves. I'm not telling you don't take steroids. Take whatever you want, but make sure you get your blood work done. Make sure you get checkup. Make
Yeah.
sure you even do your CEA level, for your cancer. If there's something growing, don't be like what happened to me. I don't want you to spend 2 years in the hospital. And that's why I'm speaking from heart. I love everybody. And honestly, man, I'm here to help everyone. You know what I mean? I want to pay it forward, and I just cannot stress myself anymore. You know.
And
Okay, the mic is yours.
And I don't have much to say, if anything, and I think I'll say this from all bodybuilding fans, all bodybuilding communities, all bodybuilders. Thank you, sir. Those who say you are a bad coach or whatever the fuck they say do not know the sport of bodybuilding and what you've given to this sport. So from everyone, thank you, sir. I mean, what you have done has been, I mean, beyond incredible, beyond what anyone could imagine. You coming from nothing to being life or death, to being one of the best bodybuilders, to being one of the best bodybuilding coaches. I mean, it's just been, I mean, 19 professional contests for you. I mean, you, sir, are the guru. And I mean, I speak for us one more time. Thank you, sir, for all you have done for the
Oh, dude,
sport.
it's
Thank
honestly,
you.
I'm not, honestly, I don't want to pat on my back or nothing. I do this, like I said, because I love it, man. I do it from the bottom of my heart. But at the same time, I already suffered couple times in the hospital, the whole 9 yard. I mean, dude, that cancer was not a joke.
No.
My surgery to remove everything after I dropped my CA level to nothing and no cancer. The first surgery took 13 hours. 13 hours and I flattened out, became septus, the whole 9 yard. And like I said, man, just to be above ground, I'm very thankful. And even the people talk crap about me, I swear to you, I swear to you that I do pray for them and I do consider them friends. And when I see them, I shake their hand like there's nothing happened. And there's sometimes they're really like flabbergasted. They don't understand. Like, how can I be nice? You know why? Because life is too short, man. You're
Yes.
one day here, next day you never know, dude. Nobody can guarantee your next minute. So you know what, be nice, be good to everybody, try to help as much as you can, because like I said, man, bottom line, you want people after you're gone to say what a good man he
Yeah.
was. You don't want people to say, fuck him, he was a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Because I hear it about some people and it's sad. I'm like, you guys, we have to pray for them or whatever. Yeah, no, he's an asshole. This, like, I'm like, oh my god, you guys don't understand, because I saw death, man, knocking on my front door a few times. So that's why I can't do this. I can't be nasty. I can't be upset. So I just love everybody, and I really like. I'm here to pay it, forward, man.
I mean, I'm speechless. And George, I will pat you on the back, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, George, the guru, Farah himself. George, I mean, it has been probably one of the best honors and privileges to sit back and listen to everything you've said. And I
Thank
mean, I'm just going to say it one more time. I said I wouldn't say it again, but thank you. I mean, I think you deserve to know that you've done so much. I know you're a humble human being, but from my short 5 6 months talking to literally every bodybuilder in the community, talking to everyone, I mean, your name is praised, your name is respected. So for those who are looking to talk bad about George, I mean, I guess that all I can say is stats speak for themselves, ladies and gentlemen. Stats speak for themselves. George, before we go, the floor is yours. Where can we find your content? Where can we support you? Anything you're currently doing? I heard you're doing a doctorate. I mean, the floor is yours, sir.
You know what I do? I have actually at GV Farrah on Twitter. I tweet every day because I signed up to be a member of Harvard too. So I got a lot of their studies and stuff, everything new. So what I do when I read a big study, I always try to take something out of it.
Right?
Just like I said, this paying it forward.
Yep.
Tell people, man, if not for them, it's for their grandparents. If not for grandparents, for their parents. If not their parents, for them when they're, because, like I said, when you're over 50, you start thinking about the people your age. For an example, if you forget where you put your glasses is one thing, but when you start forgetting somebody's names and stuff, so I want people to understand, man, you know, exercise is freaking key for longevity, for everything. So that's why I want you guys at GV Fair to follow me on Twitter. It's amazing. And you guys all know my Instagram, and all that stuff. I'm always, like I said, I'm gonna be active. I'm actually, you guys gonna be seeing me in a lot of the shows,
Okay.
and don't ask why, but soon you will find out why I'm gonna be in a lot of the shows. You know what I mean? So I'm always gonna be involved. I'm always gonna be involved. like I said, this is the sport we all love. Mr. Jim Manion has been like a father to me.
Mhm.
When I was sick, you guys, this man was calling me every single week. You know, every single week. How can you not respect people like him or Steve Weinberger, the
Mhm.
one everybody think he's the toughest guy? He wants to be everybody. This guy will call me, tell me, I love you, George. I mean, these are the people you'll never forget about, man. You know, my hats off to the Manion family for putting that beautiful platform for all of us to travel the world, to see the world, you know, and to have fun doing it. So yeah, I'm gonna be around. I'm not going anywhere. And like I said, I'm open for anybody who have any problems or anything they have any question. Honestly, I'm here to help.
Hey, I mean, thank you from everyone again. I mean, guys, please go check out George's Twitter. Link will be in that bio. I mean, send me a screenshot if you following the Guru on Twitter. I'll send you a nice little package out to you. Guys, don't forget to check George's Instagram out as well. Follow him for just inspirational tips. I mean, medical excerpts, everything. I mean, you have it, everything. Throwback pictures of George competing. I mean, I love it. Guys, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Until next time, Underdog and the Guru out. Hey, George, from the bottom of my